try to approach the left side and see if he has any reaction to that. If he does, then I'm going to go to the right side and see if he has any reaction to that. Just because. Not bad today. Good.
Kyler. No, come here. Mud book. Thank you.
I don't care for how alerted and nervous he looks. The fact that he's staying put, that's good. I'll pick his feet before I fly spray him. He's not going to be able to do it.
Thanks, buddy. Get out of the way, yeah. He's doing it on purpose, buddy.
Okay. So where he struggled on this one, I'm going to do this one again just for the hell of it. Still struggling. Wasn't quite automatic. Okay, space first. I'm just going to stay here until he stops pulling. I might encourage him to stop pulling by pulling on the rope until he takes a step towards me. I'm going to stand in a better position for the job. He's leaning. Now he's not leaning. Now he's leaning. He's leaning, so I'm gonna slowly inch towards him. He's starting to relax. Now I'm gonna ask him to come to me. I'm not spraying, but I'm getting a reaction even without spraying, so I'm just going to do this until he stops. And then if he relaxes, I'll draw him back to square again. He's relaxing a little bit. And you can see he's checked out. He's somewhere else mentally.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. So I'm just going to step back. That gives me another chance to approach and see how he does with the approach. I saw his head come up, a little nervous. Alright, so we'll get back to it. He's standing a little better with my approach now. So he's probably going to let me spray him, but I'm not going to just do it.
Nice.
So what I may end up doing is spraying my hand, cutting it. So now there's a wet spot. See, the minute I touch a dry spot, it's just wicked sensitive.
Kyler, stay over here, buddy. Kyler.
So I'm just kind of dusting him a little bit. Now I can probably go full gusto. And this side just never seems to be an issue. It is today. So let's draw him back. So maybe I'll do that same thing. Spray my hand. I'm not going to touch him until he's okay with it. I'll spray my hand again.
Accusing
So now
him.
he's kind of hearing the spray and feeling something.
Sorry. No.
So I'm kind of spraying my hand, and so now I'm going to kind of spray him and wipe. Now I'm just going to spray. Hopefully, it'll be fine. What is this? They're usually good once we get going. Come here. Can't imagine that tractor has anything to do with anything.
I don't know. He was kind of funky when I went to get him, too.
So I'm just going to kind of pet. And then I might spray and pet. I see his butt muscles. Spray and pet. Ooh. So yeah, I'm just not going to let him. I'm just going to kind of keep. Good boy. Do some more. Just going to keep going until he settles for a second. I'm going to do it again. Now, I'm going to probably overdose him here, but. Square up. So here he's back to that checked out eyeball.
And sitting on his butt. He's leaned right back.
Try not to overdose him, but I want squirts to come out, you know? So I'll just follow him. And I'm kind of just holding the rope with an open hand, just trying to be with him. I'll hold it, but I'm not trying to pull him. I might give him a little pop to say, don't go, don't go, don't go. But I'm just going to keep following until he stops.
I don't let him do that.
I'm asking him to relax each time by pulling down, down, down.
Okay, now there's
Probably wasting a lot. Stop, I stop. So now I'm going to just side pass him and control his direction. And say, you go where I tell you. Yeah, let me do it. I'm job done. I don't want to stress him, but at the same time, I want to show him his stress is unnecessary. He's just being stupid. There's no need to be that way. It's the soft brush. I don't care for that high head and nervousness here, but I'm going to try and pay attention to it as I do my thing. And if I notice anything in ways of relaxation, I want to just kind of pause and acknowledge it, you know? Even if it is just for what would have taken the time to do one brush, you know? And I try not to walk on eggshells around them because they're already nervous. So if you try to be cautious, then what is he afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want him thinking that I'm afraid of anything. And I want to be so matter of fact that he kind of recognizes that this is just the way it is. It doesn't really, it's no big deal. It's just the way it is. Okay. So let's see how this is going to go today. It's been pretty good, but it's windy. And this is a squeaky second, so. Looks like it's gonna be okay. You okay, buddy? You okay? So I am using a different pad today, probably should mention that. Usually I use a nice thick pad, but I decided that I was going to use a thin pad today. Not super loose at the moment. And we'll go with 2. See what the other side does when I go 2 on that side. Good.
What are you ruining it, buddy?
Alright. Choke him up just a little bit. Make sure he's okay. He's almost where he wants to be anyways. No hole to grab, so keep it like that. Okay, so I'm going to just give him a couple seconds and step away from him. I don't want to approach him. And, you know, maybe go to the other side and be able to approach him. And I want to be able to come up with my hand up. I want to be able to flop his mane around. He seems calm, but you can see he's checked out in the eye, so that can turn into something really fast. And I noticed, you know, he doesn't want to misbehave. He just gets a thought in his head all of a sudden and just reacts to it, and it makes him pretty nervous. So let's see how this is going to go. He looks okay. Other than his eye is checked out. So first thing I'm going to do is ask him to come to me. See that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like no needed. It's just no need of that. You've had a saddle on, I don't know how many times. I should probably mention, I've tried 4 different saddles on him. So it's really not the saddle. And so here I'm just gonna put energy into his rib cage until I start seeing softness. And as you can, if you watch my hand, you'll see the rope is just kind of hanging here. This has been his favorite thing to do. He doesn't even want to do it today. I wish I knew what was going on inside his head. No. Hey. I'm going out. I'm going out. This is why I don't like to teach that draw, because sometimes they get a little nervous and they think that's what they're supposed to do, and they keep coming, and now you gotta, if I overreacted to send him out, I might have just blew him up. You know what I mean? What he needed was a push, but if I'd have swung the rope and touched his butt, I might have just blew him up. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like to teach that, but where he was so hard on the fly spring and handling his feet and all that stuff, teaching that kind of helped that get better. So I basically traded one consequence for another. troubles. So I'm going to go to it. Make sure he gets it. Make sure he's willing to connect his nose to my right hand. And then, not connected, but he's doing it. So we got to connect back to my right hand again. Connect, 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 connect. There we go. Kinda. If he's not connected to my right hand, this doesn't work. Everybody sees me put my hand up to pull the hip in. That's not what's doing it. My right hand is pushing on the hip and controlling his front end. That's what's doing most of the work. So if he's not connected to my right hand, then the left hand can be a signal when they're really good at it, but that's not how it starts. We start by pushing, connecting, and then transitioning. He's not connected to my right hand, so he's going to get stuck. So I can connect either by pushing or pushing on that hip. Ask him to connect to my right hand. Wait till he connects. He's connected now. Oh, not anymore. He's connected. And I can push on the rib cage now. So I throw energy around. He's confused. See, now he's a little worried about what this left hand's doing. Connect to my right, connect to my right, connect to my right, connect. I don't understand his struggles, but there's a lot of his struggles that I don't understand, and I'm not afraid to admit it. He's got something going on in there that he just can't let go of. I'm trying. He's getting better with a lot of things, but okay. So I was hoping to get on him today, but where he's clearly not doing everything else very well at all. Too much nervousness. I could get on and get a ride in, but I really don't think it would be beneficial to him. So I'm going to push on his hip to tell him to stop. And if I want him to come in, then I'll ask him to connect to my left hand and then finish. But if I need him to stop, I got to go back here and push it back out. So I'm just going to work on some nice smooth transitions here until he feels comfortable and quiet to me. And then I'm just going to take the saddle off and put him away. A little sticky there. So I really like how that, when you push on the right hip, how quick it moves. And when you push on the left, it moves good, but he still wants to drift through that right shoulder. And he has a hard time going into that left shoulder. But when I go this way, he'll quickly go right into that right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I notice when he's tied, if you approach him from the left side, he's more likely to shy away. So he's feeling more push energy on his left shoulder, which sends him to his right shoulder more than anything. So, which is the main reason I taught him to draw, because the draw here is push. We're pushing into the left. We're pushing. Now we're drawing that left shoulder to us, which helped him overcome some of that stuff, but it's still present. So he's just a little confused. The subtlety of the energy. You could see he was hearing it, but he wasn't sure what to do. So I didn't want to leave that confusion in his mind. So I wanted to keep going until I clarified. Again, slow to go into that left shoulder. So what I might do is just stop him and then start him back up again. And then stop him and then start him back up again. And then stop him and then start him back up again. Now he's already thinking into that left shoulder because he's preparing to swing in, even though I'm not asking for it. So yeah, that was better. So I'm gonna kind of get the swing, and then I'm gonna push it out, and then I'm gonna transition through. So that way we start the shoulder back to the right. So here we go. He's traveling left. He's gonna travel right here for a second, and then he's gonna transition through and go left again. We'll go left. We'll go right. And then we'll go left. Good. So there's a little nervousness there, so I'm going to kind of bring him in, and then I'm going to say go out. And I'm going to do that some more. I'm going to... Hey! Come on. Go. So I really... for the life of me, I don't know what this is all about, especially where we had so many good rides on him. And just, I don't... I mean, he did get sick shortly afterwards. Maybe he was sick and didn't feel like fighting. I don't know, but this is just weird. Maybe I'll let him trot a little bit. Where he's traveling with a nice shape, I don't mind him traveling. You know, his nose is in. He's leaning in a little bit, but it's not horrible. But his nose is in. He's not pulling on my rope. He's in my flow. And if I change, he'll change, so I'm okay with lunging him. So here I'm just going to keep pushing on his rib cage to get him traveling sideways, because it's hard to jump when you're traveling sideways. Now we'll go forward. You know, keep that body bent and going sideways a little bit. There's something over here that's bothering him, so we're just gonna been, Tyler was on the hammock and now he's over there, and so that shouldn't cause a problem, but in his mind, it is a problem. Good, make a pile. All right, get moving. Avoid the pile. He's still going right? This is ridiculous. I'm just going to work with him in tight. Kind of ride him from the ground. So I'm trying real hard not to pull on that rope, but at the same time, he's trying real hard to get away. There we go, now we got it. So now I'm going to ask for forward, and then lateral, and then forward, and then lateral. I might want to be able to touch him here like this, just because one of these times our leg is going to end up there. I don't know if you can tell, but my hand is open. He's staying with me. As scared as he is and as much as he wants to get out of here, he's staying with me. So he believes in me, he just don't believe in himself. He doesn't feel like he can handle this. So he's probably getting really sore, so we're going to switch sides for a minute. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go forward a little bit. Doesn't want to go forward, so I'm just going to start doing this. And we're going to go laterally, and I'm going to use my rope as much as I can in these areas where my foot might touch, or the stirrup might swing, or one of my saddle straps might swing into, or whatever, you know. He's a little, so I want him to feel these things, and I've done this a bunch of times. Some days he's fine with it, some days he's not. So I just got to keep, every now and then, if you watch my left hand, I'm kind of saying relax, relax. But I'm timing it with my rope. So I'm releasing the rope as it comes. So I want him to know, relax, here comes the rope, I release you. Relax, here comes the rope, I release you. Relax, here comes the rope, I release you. And so I want to be able to touch him in as many different places as I can. Stirrup kind of gets in the way for this sometimes, but good. You know? So I might let it touch his butt, right? Because someday you're going to reach back and you're going to pet him in the butt and you're going to say, hey, relax, bud. And so obviously somebody's desensitizing him with this. I need him to go. I want him to be able to move and feel that. I don't necessarily want him to stop. I want him to be okay with it when it's happening. Not stop. know, because what happens if I got saddlebags on and I got a shirt or a jacket or a rain slicker on there, and the sleeve or the hood or something goes back and touches his butt as we're crossing the street when a big truck's coming by. Right? If we're still asking for movement, he should still go. He should not stop just because he's scared. Something scared him. He should know how to conduct himself even when he's feeling emotion. And that's the goal, you know? And that's why I don't do a whole lot of desensitizing. Yet most of the horses I work with are very calm and quiet. And they don't overreact to things because they know how to handle themselves when they get stressed. This guy, he's having a hard time with it. He doesn't get it. But I don't know if you noticed, but he's getting quieter. And so I'm about ready to stop. But before I stop, I'm going to go back to his underbelly in his flank area. And then I'm going to go back to the hip again. And I want to do that on the other side as well.
Yeah, get out.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I'm tweaking a little bit. I'm just going to keep doing it. Getting a little closer. Set myself. He's all worried. So we just want to let him know that he's worrying for nothing. The more repetition we can do and he survives, the better. See, he thinks or he's supposed to go. So what I want him to understand is I am not driving for more speed. The speed should be maintained by the pace I'm traveling or the request up here in my right hand. So if I want to slow him down, I'm going to do this. If I want to speed him up, I'm going to do this. And the speed his hind end travels matters by how quickly I walk towards it. I might encourage more. I might encourage more by the spinning of a rope or a toss up at him, but that's only if he ignores my movement and my kiss. I would prefer not to spin my rope or throw my rope. That would come as a correction for not listening at all. So this is good. So I'm going to go underneath, and up over the back. Okay, and so now I want him to stop, so I'm going to stop him with my shoulder. So now, I want to be able to throw this on him in a neutral position that's not requiring any movement. And I want to be able to touch under his belly. That's not requiring any movement. I want him to know the difference between when we want movement and when we don't. Like right now we don't, but now we do. So he should move. And now we don't. And now we do. So he's stopping on his own. I want to ask for that stop. So now we can stop. I just want to make sure he knows the difference between when I'm asking for a stop and when I'm asking for a go. This way I know he knows what my requests are. I have a specific way of saying this is time to go and this is time to stand still and be quiet. And so if I leave him here and I throw that on the ground, this is time to stand still and be quiet. He should stay there. He should not leave there because I didn't ask for anything else. come up. You know, and again, if I come in here and I stay put and I do stuff and I'm not asking for anything, he shouldn't go anywhere. But when I do ask for something, he should be okay with it. And no matter what I'm doing, he should be okay with that too. And then when I want to stop, I just stop. And if I continue doing this, he should know that he's supposed to stop moving his feet. Right? So, all right. I'm going to quit here. Just take him over here and take that saddle off.